Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Pat. Happy birthday to me.
What the deuce? This is the Alliance base on the Isle of the Thunder King. What on earth has happened, Jaina? Jaina! Think of the children. What have they done to the children? Okay, so there have been some massive changes to the PTR on patch 5.2. And they come in the various different guises. Mobs, quests, reputations, and here, aesthetics. Because this used to be the Alliance base, which I've been currently doing the Isle of the Thunder King dailies on. If you watch those videos, well done. If you haven't, shame on you. Go and watch them. But it's now complete and utterly changed. All the Alliance towers, buildings, personnel, apart from Jaina, gone. And instead, we've got a big load of Zandalari architecture, which does look absolutely phenomenal, don't get me wrong. And to be quite frank, I also think it makes a lot more sense. It didn't really make too much sense that the Alliance would land on the Isle of the Thunder King, and their first port of call was to build a big brick tower. Yeah, didn't... The logics... Ooh! Who did that? Where are you? Where are you? They're hiding. Yeah, but the logistical aspects of that didn't quite work out. So I'm actually happy. It looks like the Alliance, and possibly the Horde as well at the other side, have decided to overtake Zandalari fortifications. And here on the shoreline, we now have Zandalari ships. Hordes have seen that already. But come on the isle a bit further into the moors, and we have the Shadowpan. They have also arrived on Isle of the Thunder King. Now, I thought these guys were just dangling down upside down trying to look cool, but apparently they just learned they had to do a load more dailies and actually just killed themselves. So, remember Taoshi? Taoshi? Taoshi. We'll go with Taoshi. She was in the video yesterday for that brand new scenario that I managed to access. Now, she's only giving one daily quest right now. She was giving 2 before, but you couldn't complete either. Don't worry, you can't complete this one as well. But this one harkens to something I was discussing in my exploration of the outside exterior of the Throne of Thunder. Remember when we came to this room? And there's a load of stones which you have to jump over to get to the other side. When you get to the other side, there was a bunch of treasure chests. Well, this daily quest is now to kill this mob. When the mob dies, loot the key off of them. You then have to get across to the other side by completing the puzzle. So it has given me those platformy elements that I asked for. Then you use the key to open the chest. Now, as you saw, that quest mob, and yes, I killed those 2 as well, didn't drop the key, which is a little bit of a shame because I would have loved to have completed this quest. But let's just say, for argument's sake, it did. This is the puzzle. You've now got the tops of the stone steps or the stone pillars covered in this lightning. Now, if you jump across it too much, there you go. It will just hit you, knock you off, and look at the amount of damage that I took. Phenomenal amounts of damage. So what this puzzle's trying to say is, no, 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 no. You're not going to fudge this. You're not going to fudge this at all, monsieur. You have to do this properly. Now, looking around, you see there are stone slabs which don't have any of the lightning effect on them. And they sort of move a little bit like the game Snake. Remember that? Maybe I'm showing my age. It's my birthday after all. So you follow that and you use it to jump across the other side. Now, I managed to jump across one of the lightning stones. Fingers crossed they will fix that. So I would actually genuinely have to follow the path of the stones to land at the other side, and it would have knocked me off and done that decent amount of damage. But also at the bottom we see those Mogu stone statues. I'm hoping as well, if you get knocked off, they will come to life, either in just falling down and trying to hit you, or just coming to life as a mob and aggressively attacking you. But Blizzard, 10 out of 10 for that. Looks brilliant from what I can see. Also, on that exterior video that I did, this is the right hand side one, for the Throne of Thunder, we went over a bridge just slightly to the right of where I would have come out of that building previously. And I said, at the other side there used to be a rare elite here, but he isn't here anymore. He is now. He's back with a vengeance. Sorry, you're probably going to hear lots of stupid voices today. It's my birthday. I don't care. I'm in a giddy mood. I'm going out for curry later. Woo! Now, although it still suffers from that problem of very high health pool, low damage output, there have been some new abilities added to it. First of all, we've got this conal lightning on the floor. You stand in that, it probably does some damage to you. Now, it's slightly bugged at the minute. It shouldn't be there. I think it's only meant to say for a specific amount of time, but he cast it once and it's just stayed. I think it even stays after he dies for a little while longer. But also, he's bringing in a bunch of these little scarabads to fight for him as well. So he could prove to be a little bit tricky, but ideally, Blizz, I'd love to see you just tweak the damage outputs of them to be slightly higher and take away the facility to solo rare elites. Now, I know I've got a Frost Mage helping out here, but I wouldn't have had a problem anyway, as a Warlock at least. Of course, when I say take away the ability to solo, I'm not including you, Blood DKs, in that equation at all, because we've already established that you could solo Christ our Lord if he was riding on a Harley Davidson with a T-Rex, a shark, a laser beam, and you get the drift. They're just monsters at the moment. Solo monsters, DKs. But when we finally manage to kill the rare elite, and it's taking a lot of time for the amount of effort that we're putting in, for the amount of damage that we're not taking, drops something special. And it's Valor Points. Every rare elite that you now kill on the Isle of the Thunder King, you will get 15, not huge, but you will get 15 Valor Points. You will also get one of those items which I've shown you in the past before, but I'll just show you again because we're going to leap across and I'm going to delve a little bit deeper into this. These are Shanzi's Ritual Stones. Now, 3 of these stones are used as a spell. Now, this is the cave where you can access the Throne of Thunder. The portal is there in the sewer behind, and we've now got a lot more Shadowpan here. In actual fact, we've got Taranzu, and we've got Tao Shi back as well. She gets around, doesn't she? She was there just before. She's here now. She was in the scenario yesterday. Now, I'm not, saying she's a floozy, but she gets around. So we get a couple of quests from these people. And this is the one where you actually use those Shanzi Ritual Stones. So you get a group together of 5 people. It's great, Blizzard, when you decide group quests do suit you, but I'm not going to go into that debate. You get a group of 5 people. You use 3 of those stones at the location, summon the mob, kill the mob, and it will contribute towards a quest. You kill all of them, you'll get 150 Valor Points. Which, although if this was Cataclysm, wouldn't be that generous, nowadays is exceedingly generous. So, we've also seen the Golden Charms of Good Fortune dropping all over the shop. You can get them from rare elites, you can find them in treasure chests, all these various things. And they have up the level from 10 to 20, even though they haven't shifted the permissions, so I'm still stuck on 10 for the time being. So isn't it a bit of a waste now to use your Lesser Charms of Good Fortune, trade in 90 to get 3 more when they're plentiful in other areas? Well, no, because you no longer get Elder Charms of Good Fortune, or Greater Charms of Good Fortune. You now get these Mogu coins instead by still handing in those Lesser Charms. So you complete the quest just as before, but instead of getting the Greater Charms, you now get Mogu Ritual of, or Rune of Fate, I should say. And they act just like they did the previous ones. They can be used in the Throne of Thunder, they can be used for Nalak, and they can also be used for Undasta. Nalak, of course, and Undasta are the 2 new world bosses which have been added for the game. I've also done videos on the pair of them. So let's go back to the exterior of the Throne of Thunder. There's a lot of dead trolls out here because I've just performed a massacre. Now, there's no need for me to justify that because killing trolls in itself explains everything. But if you look down to the bottom, you'll notice I've looted a blue item. And it's a very special blue item that hopefully will help some of your ults. Item level 450, 751 plus hit. And when you use it, it increases your strength by 5,633 for 10 seconds on a 1.5 minute cooldown. That is great if you're using either a Death Knight to level up, Paladin, warrior, something like that. A big heavy DPSer. That will serve you very well indeed. So that's a nice little find. It's bind on equip, so if you're a little bit unscrupulous, if you want to be, you can stick it on the auction house. But of course, if you do have multiple ads like myself, then you'll go and send it to one of those. Some new also achievements have been added to the game. Thunder Plunder. I just looted a treasure chest that was by this mob, and they are now dropping different things as well. It dropped some gold, but it then also dropped this coffer. And when I opened the coffer, I got another one of those Shanzi ritual stones and these Elder Charms of Good Fortune, which of course will contribute towards the 20 which you can collect. So while I try and get myself out, getting absolutely battered by thunder, let's find another little nuance which has been changed in the PTR as well. Reputation has been a big source of contention. Now, people are shouting that they want the tabards back. Blizzard are saying they're never coming back. It was a bad idea in the first place. But instead, they've given us the dailies, which are just as bad, if not worse, than using the tabards. Yes, it looks like they certainly do contribute more to that faction, but they are an awful grind. But if you go into Dungeon Finder now, you've got this bonus reputation tab. You click onto it, it brings up your reputations, you choose a faction that you'd like to get some rep for, and then when you go into that dungeon, when you complete it, you will get X amount of rep. Now, it's not working at the moment, so I can't tell you how much rep you will get. In actual fact, you can't actually choose the faction that you want to get it for right now, but it's a very interesting little change. And that isn't just on Dungeon Finder either. It's also on your scenarios. Now, it says above, you can get this reward one more time today. Whether or not they share the same cooldown, I'm not totally sure, but still, it's another way to contribute at least a little bit towards gaining reputation with these factions. Now, the Tillers. I think the Tillers has probably been the biggest success story of Mr. Fandaria so far as regards to a faction. And there's now a post up in your farm that gives you some work orders. And again, this is another method to try and get a little bit of rep with some of your factions. You've got the Golden Lotus, Shadowpan, August Celestials, Claxi, and you also had Operation Shield Wall because I'm Alliance. So because I'm not exalted with them, I've automatically picked them. I'm definitely not picking the Claxi because I want them to just burn in hell for eternity. So I'll pick the August Celestials. You get those quests, run along into the marketplace, buy your respective seeds, go back to your farm and plant them. When you've planted them, it will auto-complete the quest. You then pick up the next episode of it, which simply means wait for them to come to fruition, harvest them, and then you can actually send them off to that faction and you will gain some rep. So here I am now, just picking my melons, and I'm going to hand in the quests. Not over there with Farmer Yoon. I think it's over here with that very tiny question mark. Yes. We hand them into these little pouches by the exit. So again, it's just another little method to get a wee bit of experience. In actual fact, I think it only gifts 330, which I think is a little bit stingy, but every little helps. But we haven't seen yet how we can buy the farm. Apparently you are going to be able to buy the farm and turn it into an inn, which I'm a little confused about because only 5 yards up the road there is another inn, which of course you can use as your home point. But we shall see how they play that. And as you see there as well, those quests are already back waiting for you to do again, if you are that crazy. So lots of changes, and believe me, there have been plenty more. This is just a little snippet of what there's been. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter and also like my Facebook. Thank you everybody that's posted happy birthday to me on one of those social media-esque type things, or even in the comments here on YouTube. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Take care everybody. Bye bye.